Mic off. Mic on.
Test 1 2 1 2. Microphone test 1 2. Welcome guys, welcome to the stream. I'm your host Stefan, and we're gonna get the show started today here. If I can just get the live picture to you guys right quick. Oops. Alright, so hold on a sec. Those are some of the guys that are going to be with us this week, but we haven't had a chance to update our roster for those that are going to be with us today. So right now we're at turn 1 of the Autodromo di Modena. It's an Italian circuit located on the outskirts of Modena, Italy, or Modena, as they pronounce it in Italian. We can get some track specs here for you real quick and get down to the grittiness of this piece of gem. I'll show you an overview in a moment. So the track length is 2007 meters, right? The width at its largest width is at 12 meters. I was just saying around the circuit, but I've seen I'm not sure if that carries throughout, because I've seen smaller instances myself from doing a few laps on it earlier this week. It's made up of asphalt, and there's gravel escape lanes as well. Pit lane with 21 stalls. Oh look, we have Wi-Fi service today. Right, it has, this is, I'm talking about the original track, of course, the original facility. And track has telemetry systems, and it's a fully equipped paddock, so it can actually hold races such as we are holding today. There's two variants of the track: the standard configuration, which is the ideal track for testing the handling and cornering performance of your vehicle. For technical trials, and testing of on-road performance, the omega-shaped section of the track can be opened up to provide a second straight of about 480 meters long, parallel to the main one. Now that second variant is of what they're speaking of is the one that we're currently using today. And if I can get now in game and show you what I'm talking about, or what they're speaking of actually, is the back straight over here. Beautifully modeled facility, by the way. So give you the drone view here. The back straight that we have taken over for this event is what they spoke of there in the last instance of the two variants. The first variant, however, is this tricky bit right here, which we decided not to give the boys because well, it's a bit too difficult, and well, it's usually used for testing, so why give them it to race on? This here in particular is a very tight S. I mean, I approached this at about 60 kilometers and I didn't expect this to come up on me. This thing bit me so hard in the butt, I tell you. But yeah, we decided to go with the much easier version, eliminating this this part right here, and instead connected the back straight that is indeed parallel to the front straight. It's a very small, tight track. As you just heard, it's about 2 kilometers. It's 2 kilometers and 7 meters actually. 2007 meters, that is, yeah. So we got the guys here on track right now. We've got a full, almost a full paddock today. Missing about 7 drivers to complete the full paddock. 7 or 8 drivers or so, excluding myself, that is. And also one space for a steward that's going to be in the name of Stefan Jeffrey, motor racer Stefan Jeffrey, who, and I know, I mean, I promise myself not to do this, but you might not know Stefan. He does race, yes, in Guyana, yes. He does race in the group 3 category, and I think it's the group 2 if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember, to be honest. I can't remember. I came out of motor racing just about when he got started, so I'm not sure entirely if his car is group 3 spec or group 2 spec. I think it's 3 though. Don't hold my word for that. So he's supposed to join us today actually as a guest steward. Let's head up here. Oh my gosh, this VIP is off the hook, man. Look at this view, guys. Wow, you can see the entire track from here. South Dakota got to do a view like this, man, where you can get to see the entire track without any hindrance. Huh? This is what, 3 stories? 4. Yeah, 4 stories. Well, it's 3 stories, but then you got the roof, so I count that's 4. But I know, yeah, it's a blah 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 blah. Yeah, whatever. Our roof is not the story. Bite me. So let me, John Green telling me what to do. I know, John, I know, but I don't want to be moving this slow right now. Don't. Instead, I like to move a bit faster here, because what I like to get into next is the cars. And let me get down to one of these beauties. This is the Seat Leon. What just happened there? I think Tyreek just decided to teleport back into the pits, and that's what we just witnessed. So we've got Martin Webster here, which is one of the new guys joining us today. And if I can get my camera to focus a bit on the car. It's a little tricky here. Actually, I'm going fisheye. But this is the Seat Leon TCR car, race car. And I just want to give you guys a little rundown of the car itself. So Alright, so the Seat Leon is a car version from the Seat Motor Company out of Motorel, sorry, Motorel, Spain. The production of the Leon car, Seat Leon car, has been from 1998 to present, with them releasing a 2020 version just the other day. The current version we're running, however, is the third generation car. It's based off of the third generation car. And I'll read a little snippet now of the history of the Cup Racer and Leon TCR. So, in 2013, Seat Sport introduced a concept car based on the third generation of Leon. Initially, it was thought that this would be the car in which Seat Sport would return to the series with full manufacturer team under the new TC1 regulations. However, Seat Sport announced that the car would be part of the revived Leon Euro Cup for 2014. The Leon Cup Racer then formed the base for the newly formed TCR International Series. The TCR regulations use this car as a template for the aerodynamic portions of the car. In 2016, Seat Sport introduced a TCR spec version of the Leon, with the original Cup Racer still being eligible in the International Series, as well as national and regional championship, utilizing the TCR regulations. Now, this particular model, thanks a lot, Jason Bradley for the follow. Jason Bradley Curtin for the follow. He's actually supposed to join us in racing as well sometime soon. So thanks a lot there for the follow, Jason. So let me get to back to the car right quick. So this particular version is a 2018 version that we're racing. It has a total of 344 brake horsepower, pulls a whopping 420 Newton meters pound of torque, and it weighs just 1,190 grams. That's 1,190 kilograms. What am I saying? The maximum speed on this baby is 256 kilometers per hour, or 159 miles per hour. Its acceleration is gauged at 5.2 seconds, that's 0 to 100. And its power to weight ratio is about 0.2930 or 29 or 30, that is. That's basically it for the Seat Leon TCR car. Now we do have some boys here on the track and free practice. I like to take you on board with a few of them. We have Raul Nasir, Steven Nabriga here, one of the new guys joining us. Some of you might know Steven Nabriga from Motor Racing. He's joined us now in the virtual realm. He rides motocross. He does motocross racing as well as go-kart racing down there at GT Motorsports. Yes, a couple of other guys that we have today. I'd like to thank Martin Webster for sharing the stream. As you can see there, you know Oswin from the last race. If you haven't, that's Oswin Wilson just passing us there. He's actually leading the time sheets right now with a 54.865. Pretty good timing as a matter of fact. I'd like to thank Sean Parsram for following us. Thanks a lot, Sean, for joining. There's Rahul going there again. Stephen coming again. So we only got 1, 2, 3, 4 guys on track at the moment. Who's the fourth person? If you can get a look at that real quick. Oh, it's Tariq Wilson there. Some of you know Tariq Wilson pretty well. Let's go on, get on board here with Tariq. Alright! look at that glitch again of his car seeming to be very low, but I doubt that his car is very low. It's just that it's a glitch that we're experiencing right now. If you see also the cars warp a bit, it's because of the internet. That might be enabling that, forcing the issue rather. As we see Tariq head into, oh, this track doesn't have track description, so we can't get corners for you. But I do believe it's an 11 turn track, and take you right now on board with Tariq into turn 1 here. You want to slow the car down and then get into the little dip that's in the apex right there to hug that turn. Second and third here, you want to slow the car down just enough to run it with a lot of momentum through and not touch back your brakes. Here you want to maximize the braking potential of the car and brake as late as possible into 4. Set it up for 5, which is a little kink, and then 6 here, which is a hairpin, into 7, 8, and 9. I just have to confirm those numbers with you with my trusty old Google search, just to make sure that we're on the right path as it comes to those turns. I want to make sure I get those turns right. As we stay here with Tariq, just right. So it's 11 turns if we included the loop. But we're not including the loops. We're taking 3 away from 11, so we're just about correct with that. It will be 8 turns total. Alright. Welcome guys in the comment section. Yes, you can shoot us a comment. I'm looking at that. Welcome to all 15 of you that's viewing right now. Because he hasn't actually been able to do a lot of practice this week. But we're now with Oswin, the guy that's on the leaderboard right now, and is most definitely the guy to be looking for in this race event. Now, let me go over our race for today, ladies and gentlemen. We're looking at a 2-round bout. And what I mean by that is we have 2 races to hold today that are going to take off today. Both of them consisting of 15 minutes total. And the second race is actually going to be a reverse grid. Oswin there, you see pulling up behind Tariq to get as much slipstream as he can. That's gonna come in a lot when you do that for qualifying. If there's a slower car on track, you try to get behind that car that's braking the air in front of you, so to create sort of like a slipstream vacuum. Even though that car is not moving fast enough, it's still braking air in front of you. So you want to do that. Oh, he's making a mistake there. You want to do that to capitalize on your lap time. Now we're gonna see a lot of that, I believe, in qualifying, because it's a very small track, so you're gonna want to capitalize on gaining a lot of speed every which way you can. As he approaches turn 8 there, exits turn 8. We're gonna leave him for a bit and head over to Daniel Williams. Daniel decided to change around his name for this event due to the fact that we have about 3 guys with the same 3 first letters in their name. 2 Wilsons and 1 Williams. So he did me a favor there in separating his name, well, switching around his name there so I can follow these guys on the leaderboard. We've got about 29 minutes and 10 seconds left before we go qualifying. And like I said, I'm previewing the stream, so you guys can go ahead and comment. I'll get back to you while in the stream. It's not a problem. So that's Daniel Williams. Head over to Rahul Nasir now. He's running and sitting in third position at the moment. And we'll follow him around the track for a bit. You can see the guys different lines to get as you see them develop here. Just taking my time to read some of the comments. Okay. Right, so we are streaming on two different pages. One is our SP Media page and the other one is Adults Gaming. I'm currently looking at the comments from the Adults Gaming sorry about that. Yeah, I'm looking at the comments from the Adults Gaming live stream. So if you're commenting on the SP Media, just hop on over to Adults Gaming instead so I can see your comments here. So right along here with Rahul, completing one lap there, looking pretty smooth in that lap actually. We're here with another new guy, Marlon Young. You'd not believe that Marlon is friends with another guy, that same guy that we were that the card I was showing you, Martin Webster. They're friends, and you'd not believe Martin actually owns a game shop located in Workmanville. I'm sorry, Martin, but I can't remember the game shop's name right now. I just like to say that these guys have 5 G27 or G25, I think it's G25, yeah. G25 wheels in their possession. No, G27. Oh my gosh, what's wrong with my memory today? Oh, I didn't have my coffee this way. Anyway, these guys got about, they had 7 G25 or G27 wheels within that game shop. How lucky are the boys in Wortmanville and girls, if there are any girls out there that tried. Ooh, as we see a little, that's Zafiro having internet issues there. If that continues, unfortunately Zafiro will not be able to run in this race. But that's what you get with bad internet connectivity. You see a lot of warping around. These cars are going to be shown. Like, so at one point in time, they're in one instance they just disappear from in front of you, and then you appear, like, you know, alongside the car or even in the car. In most instances, like yesterday, I think it was, I was doing some practice laps, and don't know for whatever reason, it's not like I'm ever going to get to race with these guys because there's no one willing to take over the commentary. But anyway, that's a sad story for me, and you know, just me alone, I guess. But I was on track with Steven Nabriga, who we're riding with right now. Steven, for a brief moment, disappeared from in front of me, and I thought he actually disconnected. No, what happened is that he warped to the right side of me, coming onto the back straight here, and I thought I had passed him. I thought he made a mistake and crashed. But he did not crash. What actually happened was his latency was so terrible that it for us, he was gone. It disappeared. He disappeared. His car disappeared. I continued driving, and all of a sudden I was in Steven's driver's seat. I was literally staring at his steering wheel instead of mine. And you know, that made me actually crash. It didn't do anything for him, but that made me crash. Literally throwing the car up into the air. You know? And it pretty much shocked the living life out of me. Vikram is in the comments section. Vikram saying he can do the commentaries of full Martin Brundle. I don't. I doubt it. But you know what? That was something that we actually discussed last night. One of the racing stewards and I, to get someone and start doing auditions actually to get someone. I did say yes that we were going to get someone by now, but that person doesn't have a strong enough computer to do the live streaming on. So he would not be able to do it for us. You know, I complain about my coffee just now. Coffee arrived in the room. Well, I don't know if when y'all start doing commentary, y'all gonna be able to get these perks. But I like to thank my mother. She brought me a cup of coffee, guys, as I'm sitting here about to do this live stream for you guys. So yeah, as I get some other stuff started here. Give me a sec, I'll be right back.
Mic off. Mic on.
Sorry about that. Yes, I'm back. So who else is on track here? We got 20 minutes and 40 seconds left in practice session as we ride with Danielle here. Okay, we've covered Danielle. This is Marlon. This is another, yeah, this is Marlon. I'm telling you about Marlon and Martin. They're friends from Workmanville, and I think Martin is the one that owns the game shop. I'm not too sure. But Martin owns the game shop that has 7 G27 wheels in them. 2 of them got decommissioned, and these were wheels that he had since 2010, mind you. So we've got a bunch of mini sim racers coming up in Workmanville, and we didn't even know about this. John and I in particular, who have been looking and searching so hard since 2016 for sim racers. I guess we didn't search hard enough, John. But yeah, and these guys are sitting on treasure, you know, and we had no idea. And here they are now competing with us. Finally, we got the word to them, like I'm saying over and over again. You know, fortunately, unfortunately, thanks to COVID-19, we've been given the opportunity of meeting these guys, you know, and connecting. John is connecting with some for the first time, but I'm reconnecting with those from motor racing when I was a part of motor racing. So yeah, I mean, this is, you know, this is what we're working towards. For those of you who are new, let me just take a brief moment to explain what this is. So CSR, which is Caribbean Sim Racers, is a program basically, and a soon-to-be competition in every aspect of sim racing for those in the Caribbean, right? As well as those obviously in Guyana, is where we started off from. Now, our vision is simple. We want to grow this community, this sim racing community, with those of us here in Guyana and around the Caribbean, and get a series going. You know, it doesn't have to be a one-make series like these cars right here. It can be a multi-make series that fits into a class, right? And it even can stretch thanks to Assetto Corsa and their ability to have mods. It can stretch to the fact of having even the cars involved in racing in the Caribbean to be ported to these games and used, as Marlon abandons that lap. John Green is now with us. Hello, John. John has already put in a 55.383. Wow. Mind you, the fastest we've seen so far for the week is a 54.6. Yeah. So I think that's his outlap. He's now getting, you know, his tires probably need a little bit of working and so on. But we're gonna stick here with John as he tried to beat Oswin. Those are the two guys to watch for in terms of this race. But I'll tell you something, the times are so close. Everyone is actually within a second of each other, and with such a small track, the race is bound to be exciting. I think set 1 is probably the best one in terms of camera use. But yeah, so this is what we're trying to do with Caribbean Sim Racers, is bring like-minded individuals sim racing together, you know, within the Caribbean. And so our series and our leagues will not just be run-of-the-mill series and leagues. We plan to approach sponsors for sponsorship, and we plan to reward our competitors. First, second, third, you know, fastest lap award as well, each track. And for the that's going to carry like a point system, I would say too, so that at the end of the series you also, you know, even though you didn't get first, second or third at the end of the series, you might have been so fast in qualifying, you know, you're good at setting up your car or whatever, that you can, you know, win something at the end of the day, you know. And there are other achievements that we can attach rewards to. And so we just don't want to run a sim racing experience that's bound to get bored at some point in time. We want to make it worth your while, you know. I envision a race purse of about $500,000 at some point, you know. And if we can get to that level, we would have overachieved, in my opinion. Right? And with the structure that we want to implement, we see that it's going to be very competitive, a very competitive structure. Of course, we're going to have some issues along the way, you know, unforeseen circumstances that we'll have to deal with. But, you know, we'll try our best to deal with those circumstances to the best of our abilities to get over those. So at this point in time, it's all about fun and getting the guys to get accustomed to sim racing who's not, like for instance Steven Naberga, he's not accustomed to sim racing. You know, he hasn't played video games in a while actually, since he joined. And here is John Green observing one of our protocols, which is once you're about to get back into the pits, you pull over off of the racing line and out of the way of the rest of the competitors involved here today. Just a sec, let me see. I think I have my process settings. We should probably be running this here to gain on some more. You can see we're losing some frames. Trying to get back those frames right now. I guess we're gonna have to stay at that one right there. Sorry if it's too much for you guys, the loss of frames. But yeah, so I keep getting, you know, distracted. But there's a nice little write-up we did in the group Caribbean Sim Racers. You can go ahead and peruse that as Oswin Wilson comes up on the inside, giving way there to Zafiro. This is practice. Zafiro's car is a bit too low, or that glitch is just annoying the hell out of everyone else. As more and more guys get on the server here, we'll have to free up some of the resources a bit. Right, so a big shout out to our growing, our ever expanding group Caribbean Sim Racers. That's where you can get all the information on how to join us, what we're about, and what we plan to do going forward with Caribbean Sim Racers. It's coming down to crunch time here. There's no crunch time in practice for me, but as I see it, every 5 minutes or so, down to the 0, is crunch time for me. So we're getting close to crunch time, as I say. And where's Steven Naberga? I'd like to take a lap with Steven Naberga here and talk a bit about him. We've got a few motor racers in here, as you might very well know, that we've covered already. We've got Paul Jiwanram and Azad Hassan. I don't see them on track as yet, but those guys actually compete in GMRNSC's Group 1 class, right? And they're on board here with us. We've got Steven Naberga now as the third. Raymond Sibaran came in before him actually. And Raymond also competed in Group 1, and I think he did do the Starlet Cup, can't remember, not too sure. I exited motor racing before him as well, before he joined as well. And also Steven was the actual, Steven came in after him actually, so we're riding with Steven Naberga here. Steven Naberga's got a portfolio that stretches to dirt biking actually, and from dirt biking he actually got into karting. So now he's dipping his feet into some sim racing, which will probably set him up for some, I don't know, saloon races, which the Caribbean is mostly focused on. Maybe we'll see that. So we do have Azad now joining us. I don't see Paul anywhere, so Paul's probably not here. I'd like to take a moment to reflect on this livery that Azad Hassan is sporting. This livery was actually created by Paul Jiwanram, And out of his outfit there, A&R G11 Printery. You know, at this point in time, we're not really allowing sponsors, but you know, since he created this livery for that basis, is the reason why we only allow your own companies at the moment, actually. And well, Azad, obviously he didn't create this livery, so he's gonna sport that out from Paul. But both of them are featuring similar liveries. Azad has this green kind of coat to it, apart from the black and gray. And I think Paul has one as well. With he's actually featuring a I would say it's more like lavender or marv, something similar to the extent. But his one has a similar concept behind it as well. Azad Hassan is abandoning that lap. We're getting down to crunch time, even closer to crunch time. Let me just check and see what's going on in the comment section. So Vikram is saying so Vikram, you might be knowledgeable about motor racing, but that does not mean you can speak. I ain't saying the least bit that I could talk, bro. Come on, telling me right now that I put not an American accent, but I'm just trying to remain standard and not involve my Creolese, cause it's very strong in me. Yes. So as I was saying about the Group 1 racers that we have, so it's Paul Ram, Azad Hassan. Then we've got the go-kart racers, Louis Kumar. I actually forgot about Louis Kumar. He's not in here yet. Louis Kumar is also a go-kart racer along with Steven Nobriga. But Steven Nobriga's portfolio actually goes right all the way back to dirt biking, or grass track as we know it as in Guyana. And then I think after that, those guys try to implement some motocross. So he has a bit of knowledge with motocross. Paul is now in. I want to show you that livery from Paul. If you can get close to his car right quick. Ooh, a bit too close there. So this is Paul's livery. Well done livery here. Mostly because it sports the Caribbean Sim Racers there. Haven't come up with a logo yet, fellas. So we're working with some ideas at the moment. If you guys, have a bit of graphics knowledge, you can go ahead. See, Roger Data has also joined the server. You can go ahead and shoot us a post, DM rather, of some of your ideas for our logo. But we are working on a few concepts of our own. But like I'm saying, the livery here that Paul Ram features speaks to what we're aiming for our series and our championships, and I really like what he came up with here in terms of showcasing. He's got the Guyanese flag there at the back. Same can be done for the Trinidadians, the Barbadians, is it Bajan or Barbadian? Anyway, the Barbadians, the Jamaicans. And I made mention of that St. Vincent and or St. Lucia track at Crabs. Sorry, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, yeah, and St. Lucia, right. So they've got a track that's unpaved, basically. It's basically a rallycross track. But I'd like to put some in-game, that is, I'd like to put some asphalt on that track and get those guys involved. Now, as I was saying earlier about CSR, if it's the first time you're joining our stream, is that we are aiming not only to get, these cars that are available to us in this sim racing game, but Also, those as these guys, you see, it's crunch time and everybody's leaving the pits. That's what I'm talking about. Crunch time. We'll just head to turn 1 here. You got a nice shot here of turn 1. You see the amount of runoff that is placed here for turn 1. This is just a club track, mind you. It's not an FIA spec track located in Modena, Italy. It's just a club track, and they've got a nice bit of runoff going on here for its tight 2007 meter layout. So as I was saying, yeah. Oh wow, look at guys coming out there now. They got to be careful coming out, not to. And yes, they are respecting the rules. Mind you, we do have drivers meetings. Every race event we do have a drivers meeting, and one of it is concerning this front straightaway. If you can very much see the pit exits onto the front straightaway, onto the racing line, right, which is very, very hazardous. So we had to make them make it known that, you know, you've got to be aware of your surroundings coming out of pit, and not to humbug the drivers that are on the racing line currently approaching you at full speed. That has caused all sorts of as Marlon abandons that lap, or is just going to take it off and head back. They're still working, and some guys are still working on settings. We are approaching 2 minutes here. We're at 2 minutes 40 seconds. Qualifying, you're gonna get to see a lot of these guys go around here. That's why I'm just trying to get all the talking out of the way so that we can just go racing from the get-go at qualifying. Qualifying is going to be 30 minutes, by the way. And let me just repeat for those of you joining us for the first time this evening. It's going to be a 2-race format. It's going to be 15 minutes long, these 2 races. The second race, however, is going to be a full reverse grid, that is. So our winners of obviously who are going to win in the first race are going to be sent to the back of the pack in the second race that starts not immediately but about a minute or 2 so after, right? This track is very short. These cars are very technical, as is the track, I must add to. And you know, these guys have had all week to practice. Since Monday evening they've been practicing on this track with this car. So just about now, you know, everyone should be sitting in quite nicely, but they still want to get warmed up. Their joints want to get those joints warmed up. Make sure everything is okay for the qualifying session that's coming up. Let me just respond to one of my friends right quick. Chat. All right, for those of you asking about the streaming, let me see. It's located. Where did I just get that message from, by the way? Oh, it was Discord, right? Let me head over to Discord. Just go ahead for me. Give the stream a share, guys, please. Got a lot of people wanting to tune in to tonight's race, and they should. It's gonna be a tight race this evening. Trust me on that. It's gonna be very competitive this evening as qualifying our free practice session comes to an end. We're in overtime right now for whoever's left on track, which is Daniel Williams, Stephen Nobrega, Marlon Young's now about to get back into the pits, and Tyreek Wilson. Crosses the line there very slowly. And the game throws him back into the pits. Are they racing across the line? Right, that's it for free practice session. 2 minutes to go until we get into qualifying. And as you can see here from the results of our free practice session, fastest time achieved in that bout was 54.865. We've got a John Green breathing down Oswin Wilson's neck with a 55.100, some 0.2 off. Daniel Williams takes third for now with a 55.424. Rahul Nasir 55.679. Stephen Nobrega 55.908. Marlon Young 56.010. Zafiro Ramirez 56.101. Martin Webster 56.224. Tyreek Wilson with a 56.416. Azad Hassan with a 56.970. Paul Juanram with a 57.429. Roger Deodat with a 2-minute 4.1897. I guess he didn't really get to complete a lap there, Roger. And I'm just sitting at the back crying because I want to race and not commentate. But without me, you guys wouldn't get to see this, so boo-hoo. Alright, 10 seconds to go before we hit qualifying. Let's see who's going to be the first out of the pits, shall we? Let's get our drone here. A nice shot here. And we're going to qualifying. That's going to be a lag on my end as we've got who's the first one out. Still in pit, Martin still in pit, Azad still in pit. We got Steven now exiting the pits here. John Green is on his out lap. Everyone's on their out lap right now. I'm gonna run you through our UI in a moment. I want to see who's heading first. It's going to be, who's that? Just crossed the lane. Is still in his out lap. The first set of laps right now, they're not going to be that competitive, so let's just sit in the line here and see who's gonna put up the first set of times, and then we'll follow them from that. First one. I believe we're getting close to the, yes, there we go. Rahul was the first one out of the pits. As we ride with him, he's got that nasty glitch still. Seems as though his car is really low to the ground, but it's not. It's just a little overlay glitch that we're experiencing with the one of the mods that we're currently using. Looks like he's abandoned that lap. We've got Oswin Wilson here sitting in first already with a 55.233. 54s are the fastest, guys. That's what you need to be looking for. So 54s are what you're going to see already. 54.805 from a John Green, the wicked man of John Green, that is. Didn't even, let the guys get a feel of the track without his little dominance overshadowing them. But there you go, John Green. A 54.805 already. As you're gonna watch it, Oswin here, if he has anything to come back at John Green with. We've got him in front of Rahul Nasir right now. Rahul, I don't think this is a fast lap from Oswin, but Rahul is following closely. He doesn't want that, Oswin. Rahul's going to take advantage of that slipstream. He's going to be bettering him in times if he does allow him to keep so close. Stephen Nobergan now posts a time of 57.161. Marlon Young posts his time of 56.457. Oswin goes 56.277, and he's canceling his lap as we now take you with Rahul Nasir on his fast lap. I hope Oswin didn't interfere with it that much. But right now, Nasir is sitting almost a second away, 9/10 away from pole position as Zafiro Ramirez, one of the new guys here. I actually didn't get to Zafiro. He's one of the new guys that came on along with Steven around the same time with Steven Nobriga. Actually, is coming all the way from Cuba and now residing in Guyana, ladies and gentlemen, and fell into the motor racing scene.
Come on, Lewis.
By
What's wrong, Lewis?
as there's, I think Lewis made a mistake there. Got tangled with a few guys as we watch to see where Rahul is with this first sector right quick before I get back, and he's 3/10 down. Before I get back to Ramirez, who is sitting now in 5th. Came in, fell into motor racing here in Guyana, actually got a job at the go-kart track, and then eventually got racing at that said go-kart track. I think it's in the 4-stroke class. Amazing, man, how things work out for some people. And now he's racing with us here today, trying to expand his knowledge not only about sim racing, but as has been proven in the real world, sim racing can actually help you in the real world of racing. So, you know, Ramirez is looking to expand on his catalog basically for motor racing in the Caribbean, which is brilliant, man. It's fantastic to see that happen, and that we can play a part of that. And that's another reason why CSR is so important. Caribbean sim racers is so important, as Rahul goes at 5/10 down again on his time.
All right.
I'd like to say welcome to Daniel Passad. I don't know if this is the same. No, it's not the same Daniel Passad I know. Because Daniel Passad is, I know, everyone knows it's Danny Passad. Feedback here from Tyreek's audio. So let me just turn him down a bit for us. Right, so Rahul, this is the 3rd lap now, and he seems to be bettering his times, but not so much to get either 2nd or pole position. So let's move on a bit here. So Martin Webster, the guy that owns the game shop with 5 Logitech, or is it Logitech, racing wheels from since 2010 in Worthmanville, in his game shop, that is. Oh my god, I can't believe that. John and I were looking for guys like him for so long, and it only took COVID-19 to make that happen. As John Green pits and Oswin Wilson pits. We're gonna watch Ed Martin complete this lap here. He does a 55 something. It doesn't show up unless that's an invalid lap. But he's sitting pretty right now in 5th actually, as Daniel Williams takes over 4th position. But let's just hop back to Martin here. It looks like he's going slowly actually. But this is going to be a very tight qualifying session, guys. Simply for the fact that it's such a small track. And the cars are just matched. Pretty much matched. Let me just step away for a bit. Just a brief moment. As Martin completes his lap, he does not improve, unfortunately. Here we see Roger Deardat now about to leave the pit exit. He has to watch for that traffic coming in behind him. Louis Kumar is finally in the server. Yeah, I think we covered him. He's also sporting his very own livery with his GFX Racing logo and so on. Rahul is back in the pits, ladies and gentlemen. So he's probably got a little bit of tweaking to do with his setup as we approach 20 minutes here, 30 seconds left on the clock. I want to leave you guys with someone on the track that's probably about to start fast lap. Here we go, Steven Nobrigo. Give me 5.
Mic off. Mic on.
Alright, I'm back. Where are we? Yes, Stephen. So, where is Stephen? He's currently sitting 8th at the moment. Where is he on this first sector? It's not registering for me. Man, I think John is trying. I don't know what John is trying. Is he still on track? Yes, he is. It's a 54.8 right now, and that's a 54.8 still. I guess that wasn't what you can see what's going on here when it comes to the traffic. If you could just jump in John's car right quick. He's got two guys in front of him. And if you're, I mean, he's already sitting on pole, but he's got to secure his pole position. And in order to do that, you're going to want to have to do that with as little as much traffic as possible in front of you. I think I may be showing some of John's tricks here while riding on board with him. Let me bring to your attention as well. So some of these guys do have rigs, which are your steering wheels and foot pedals, while some are using controllers. The number of guys using controllers is getting smaller as we have more guys with rigs joining. But the guys on controllers are already planning to upgrade to rigs. That's how much of an influence sim racing is on these guys. You know, everyone wants to get better. Everyone is heeding the call of sim racing because they know that they can use what they learn here and apply it to real world. I mean, this is basically what real racers now use. Not specifically this platform and game or car, for instance, but you know, they use sim games, simulation racing games. And so what simulation racing games do is try, as John enters the pit there, is try to simulate what happens in the real world. So you've got these cars with these data's, with the data, sorry, data's not a word, with data, and so they apply it to these model cars in game, which then reflects almost exactly the same thing that occurs in real life. Same goes for the track. Now the tracks carry an edge as it comes to development, where okay, so all you have to do is get a track laid out. Fine, using GPS data that can be done, but more so laser scanning the track, which is
like a truck is losing temperature.
highly being done right now by a lot of titles, sim racing titles, as someone is sideways on this track right now, and another one in, I don't know what happened there with those two guys, but I missed that. But I'm saying about the tracks now are laser scanned. Same goes for the cars too, like they laser scan the bodies, but the physical aspects of the cars are implemented into the physics engine of the game itself, and it replicates quite well. But the laser scanning of the tracks is so amazing that you can feel every bump and every
Lewis, you're
every
pulling on the
crank
wrong side of the road.
involved in these actual instances. As we've gotten a follow from Junita, or I should say Unita Ramirez,
So
probably someone there for Zafiro. Seems as though, yes. So wow, the server's it's pretty full right now. I think that's all of our guys. Let me just confirm how many guys we're supposed to have for today via our server information. I think this is quite, who are we following right now? Rahul. Just get an outside view from Rahul. He's still sparking. Right, so let me just go over the guys who are with us here today.
Mic off. Mic on.
Right, so we've got, where's my list? Alright, here it is. Yeah. Just making sure I don't miss anyone here. Right, so we got John Green, we've got Paul Juanram, we've got Roger Diodat, Azad Hassan, Louis Kumar, Rahul Nasir, Oswin Wilson, Martin Webster, Daniel Williams, Raymond Seberan, Zafiro Ramirez, Stephen Nobrega, and Marlon Young. Those are our 13 competitors for today. I was supposed to be joined by Stefan Jeffrey. Yes, Stefan Jeffrey. Him and Kevin Jeffrey are finally coming to us, I might add. They've both gotten the game, and they were putting down some laps. So Stefan had to go do something in iRacing. I think he signed up for an event, but he's pretty quick right off the bat too. He got acquainted with the game quite quickly and was able to do top 3, top 5 timings on this track already. But yeah, we do have him lined up along with Christian Jeffrey, who most of you might know. So we've got those guys lined up and coming on board with us as well. Stefan was actually supposed to be my special steward for today, special invitee steward for today. So we're getting down to crunch time now, guys. And I mean, we've got a lot of guys on track. Getting their work in. If we can step away from Rahul for a bit and go down the line. So let's read it to you at 10 minutes 40 seconds. We've got John Green sitting in first position, pole position. See him there running wide at that turn to complete this lap. Is he going to increase his time here? No, he does not. Instead, I think that's a new lap. He'll be starting right there. And we watch closely as an Oswin Wilson, who just completes his out lap, is gunning for John Green. He's 3/10 down, that is, away from John Green, followed by Rahul Nasir sitting at 5.5 tenths down away from those two, from John Green, and about 3 tenths or so, or 2 tenths or so away from Oswin. Followed that, we have Daniel Williams sitting in 4th position, 6 tenths down, as he makes a mistake there, goes off track, cuts the track right there. And completing this lap to register a 56.83. It doesn't pretty much improve his timing. And then we can see Martin Webster here, just was in the pits. He's coming up, but he's sitting in 6th position at the moment. I like to just mention that Martin, because he's had those wheels in his possession, he's been doing a lot of sim racing. He's been on an older platform, which is R Factor. R Factor has beautiful physics, I might add, but the game in itself and the user interface, and so it's pretty dated. So there is R Factor 2, right? But these guys, him and Marlon Young, have been practicing on that. So that's why you see him, even though he's new to us here today, he's already up the ladder at 5th position. Martin Webster. Moving on, in 7th position at the moment is Zafira Ramirez, the go-karter from Cuba. That's racing here for the first time with us. As crunch time soon approaches, we've got, wow, a bunch of guys on the track right now. Zafira having that glitch, as I was telling you about earlier, is very annoying. When we watch him as he finishes up this lap here, he's doing pretty well to have 7th position. He runs it wide, using up more than the track offers, but he does manage to he does manage as a 56. Where does that put him though? He's still in 7th position, is he? Someone else just climbed that ladder? We do have a Tyreek Wilson. Where's Tyreek Wilson at? So we got, okay, Steven Nobriga just went 5th fastest. That's what happened. So Steven Nobriga just went 5th fastest. I mean, we were expecting this. These guys do have the experience, right? And I do predict that the field is going to be split. Even though it's such a short track, we're going to see at least a 2-second, might even see guys being lapped here today. But we are going to see like a 2 to 4 second difference, I'd say, between the first group and the second group. Let's see what'll happen. But yeah, Steven Norberger just going 5th fastest just now to take that 6th position away from Martin and Zafiro, as there's someone waiting to exit the pits right there. Alright, as we move on, the Martin's back on track. Zafiro now recovered, is in 7th position. Marlon runs it off. He cancels that lap actually. Marlon, who is Martin Webster's friend I was talking about. Azad Hassan here in 9th position. I think we've got Raymond Seabrand, as I can see, he's now entering the game. He's about to join us as well. And Azad here having some trouble actually with his beautifully liveried number 27 Seat Leon TCR car. Locks up the back there. That actually happens because you're putting so much force on the forward left that it actually raises the car. The suspension actually raises with you. Right, as we go on to Tyreek Wilson's not been able to practice with us, but he's a favorite amongst the guys. He's getting a lot of understeer coming out of turn 8. Tyreek, that was his out lap. We're gonna sit with him for a bit. Oh no, he's already off track. He's getting a lot of trouble here. This is what happens when you're not able to practice with us, especially where John and I might go through some basics of sim racing with you, and in general racing with you, to get this car to stick. But Tyreek is pretty versed. I think he's getting all types of trouble there. Wilson going off again there. Sorry to say. So Paul there is in the pits along with Louis Kumar in the pits, but that's it. No, I think someone else just joined us. Who's the person? John Green is in the pit. Oswin's trying really hard. No, actually he's going to give up on that lap. He's got to be careful though not to do something like that, end up back in the race line. Rahul's pretty much trying his very best as we're in crunch time, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta get like a sound effect for when we go in crunch time. You just hit a button and it goes. Probably use them DJ horns. What do you think? Huh? Or something Jamaican. I don't know. Something to hype up the crowd whenever we head into crunch time, which is 5 minutes from my standards. As we look at Rahul right now. Oh yeah, I think Raymond is having some issues here. Raymond might want to get that password, the server password, from someone that can hear me to offer him it. But we're looking at Rahul. It's not better. He's not making that much progress as I'd expect Rahul from the amount of practice that he's been putting in. As we can see, Daniel is back in the pits now. Actually, he's coming out of the pits. Thanks a lot to Michael Harewood for following us. Also, Lester Graves, thank you for the follow, man. Daniel Passad, thanks a lot for the follow. Anyone else I missed? Daniel Gadji, thanks a lot for the follow, man. Welcome. Right, so it's down to 3 minutes. It doesn't look like this is going to change. And Raymond's probably not going to be... Let me send him a message real quick. I'm not going to call out the password live on air, because then anyone can get into our server. And we don't want any imposters here today. But I'm going to send him right quick, because I want to take a look at Oswin. As it's coming down to crunch time, I don't want us to miss out. And if Oswin does put in a faster time, no, he doesn't go faster there in the first sector. As I'm sending this message off to Raymond, hopefully he sees it in time. I should probably just call him. Give me a sec.
Mic off. Mic on.
Right, we're back just in time to watch the split from Oswin Wilson here. Where is he at? He's 3/10 down from the fastest time and locking up into turn 6 there. That turn 6 or 3? Next turn 5 actually. 1 minute 30 seconds to go. John Green actually goes faster, ladies and gentlemen, with a 54.786. Oh wow. Wow. Martin Webster now having that spark on his car. I think these guys are thinking that dropping this car lower is going to make the center of gravity hug those turns. No, it's not going to do that. You need every possible mechanical grip option available to you to help, and that's not the way to do it as the back end comes around on Martin Webster. You need to have the body roll of this car going at least as small as possible, that is, but at least enough to get that car what can I say, man, gripped through mid-turn. That's why we got a lot of guys suffering a second down and so on. But as we look at Martin Webster here, who's now sitting in 6th position from 4th when we last looked at him. Raymond Sieber now able to join the server there, folks. He's in front of Martin Webster right there. He's got 11 seconds to put in a fast lap. Raymond Sieber. Well, let's get to him if we can, right quick. Oh, there he is, right there. He's on his out lap. I'm not sure he's gonna make it. Nope, he's not gonna make it. That's it for qualifying, guys. Unfortunate for Raymond Sieberan. Not able to make qualifying today. But hopefully they do. He does well. He's gonna start in a pretty good position. Not actually. Which is if there is any issue at the start of this race. Let me see, did he manage? No, he didn't manage a first lap. He's still in his out lap. He even cancels that lap by going all 4s off. Sad. Who's on the track right there? Oh, I think that's because the server is over. Yeah, that's what happened. Right, so qualifying is over. Where do we stand, ladies and gentlemen, to our first race? We've got John Green sitting at 54.786. 3/10 down is Oswin Wilson with a 55.1. Rahul Nasir 55.362. Daniel Williams, that is 55.4. Steven Nobrega manages to pull that car together and get into the 5th position. Beautiful starting point there for a track like this. Not bad. 55.795. Martin Webster also, as well as Marlon Young. Beautiful work by those two guys there. 55.8 and 55.9 respectively. Zafiro Ramirez, good on the guy to get a 56.0. He's been showing off too in the comment section of our Discord channel, saying that, yo, I'm pretty good with this 56. I'm actually hitting it every lap, so expect a consistent race from him. Azad Hassan with a 56.4. Tyreek Wilson 56.5. In 10th position, Paul Gironaram just not getting that car set up for his liking at a 57.2. Louis Kumar bringing up the end of the field almost by 57.4, but then a Raymond Sieberan is behind him with an unqualified start. Is this going to be for him? Roger there, that is off of the server. He might be having issues or might just not be up to par in racing with us today. That's fine, as long as it's not an entire server that's going to be leaving us today. We should be able to see a beautiful race here as 14 seconds are on, 10 seconds actually is on the clock to get down into race 1. I do need to remember to jump start so I can be teleported right back to the pits here, but I want to get into a good position to see the start of the race. Right, so if I can get to John Green and probably back out a bit here. Ooh, my ping is pretty high actually. Crazy high. We've got 20 seconds on the clock. I'm now in the race server. So it's coming down to 10 seconds here. 10 seconds and we're ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen. I gotta remember to get off the track here. So let's look at this start, then we're gonna get down to turn 1. I don't want to miss turn 1. Yes, I've been teleported back to the pits. Good start so far, guys. We're gonna leave the camera here for a bit. Make sure everyone gets through turn 1. Oh, we do have a coming together.
Same thing, we're trying to compensate.
Oh no. Sad start there, but now the field is bunched up as we got another coming together with Raymond Sibaran there, and another car at the back of the pack. But if we can get to one of these guys here up front. Oh, it's someone else in the wall. Who is that? Azad Hassan was the one who suffered there. Daniel Williams is all the way down to 11th position, unfortunately. Let's get back to the top of the pack though. John Green leads this pack very nicely here from John Green leading the pack, but he does have Rahul Nasir take 2nd position, leading away from Oswin Wilson. As we take it now to Oswin Wilson, you can already see a split happening between these 3 guys. And I want to keep the camera out for a bit as we run with Martin Webster. Oswin is on the back of Rahul Nasir. We want to watch this too as well. This is the problem that we have with such a short track and so many cars on it. There's going to be action everywhere, but I'm going to look at the timing as Oswin locks up almost into turn 3 there behind Rahul Nasir. Let's take it inside Oswin's car right now to watch him run up behind Rahul Nasir. But remember, these guys got a lot of time on their hands, but not so much again. But they do have 13 minutes or so left right now to get things going. I managed to stay off the grid finally in one race. The times are coming in, as you can see. And we want to watch for anything else going on down the line. So we got who's next in line as Oswin is attacking Rahul Nasir at the moment. You can see this happening here into turn 3. Oswin now is behind him and he's gonna get the slipstream. We're heading back into Oswin's car. He's not close enough, ladies and gentlemen. John Green though is running away with this race as these 2 guys are battling it out. John Green has already put a 2-second deficit against these 2 guys and the rest of the field, which is pretty good for him given the fact that this track demands a space to play with, an area to breathe. As we want to watch Oswin and Rahul. Rahul breaks that toe away from Oswin as John Green puts in the fastest lap of 54.952. Oswin though closes back that gap behind Rahul Nasir. Let's see what's going on down the line. Martin Webster is now leading a pack of 3, which includes Marlon Young. Zafira Ramirez up to 6th position. Well on him. Tyreek Wilson getting the better of that crash to come into 7th position. Louis Kumar as well, elevating himself to 8th position. Raymond Sibaran starting in last position is now up to 9th, but I do believe he was involved in those first couple of crashes. We will have to look at the replay and deliberate on that. Behind him is Paul Jewanram in 10th position. Stephen Nobrega has been, I think Stephen definitely suffered from the coming together in the starting of the start here of the first couple of corners, being relegated all the way back to 11th position. Behind him though is Daniel Williams, who was further up on everyone else, suffering in 12th position. Azad Hassan too, unfortunately, had the same bad luck at the start of this race. He's now,
you guys are really close by.
28 seconds down. So let's see. Oswin is fighting against Rahul again. He's trying again.
Your mic is everything.
As we can hear the guys talk to us in Discord. Or their radio chatter rather.
Oh, Martin, make us lose half a second, boy.
with Martin's talk in the background, allowing the back markers to catch up to John Green. As Oswin Wilson is going to try a move here on Rahul Nasir as we ride with Oswin. They're neck and neck. No! Rahul turns in on Oswin, causes him to be out. Oh my gosh, and facing the other way. As Nasir is going to reverse onto the racing line. He's got to be careful. But he loses out the most in that altercation. He unfortunately drifted into the path of Oswin Wilson. Martin Webster coming away as Oswin Wilson is probably going to do the good guy thing here and wait for Nasir to catch him back. Unless he did have an issue, but now we've got a change of the lead, not change of the lead, but change of podium positions. Martin Webster, Marlon Young, seems as though they're working as a team here, as we can hear them over Discord. Martin asking Marlon if he's behind him. What's going on here? As things are getting heated down the line as well. We've got a Louis Kumar losing positions, Raymond Seabrand also losing positions, as I'm thinking Raymond Seabrand Oswin is pulling over to the left hand side. I'm thinking he's doing the right thing here in giving where is he? He's probably gonna head back to the pits, as well as Louis Kumar is back in the pits here after that coming together. Sad day for these guys. But if we can get back up to this to the race here.
Martin's in second.
Yes, indeed. Martin is in second and Marlon is in third. As we've had that issue, Paul Juwenram losing it out of, what turn is this? I'm trying to figure out. It does seem like turn 4. He finally gets back on track, but loses a lot of space here. As we know this was going to happen. This was definitely going to happen. Oswin Wilson, Jules Kumar back in the pits. Paul Juwenram, Azad Hassan now is bringing up the rear. Raymond Seabrand along with them. Daniel Williams, unfortunately, is at the back here doing the same thing. Stephen Nabriga losing out. But Stephen Nabriga is trying to catch back up to this pack here. Who is in front of Rahul Nasir, losing out again with Tyreek Wilson, with a fight with Tyreek Wilson. Unfortunately, he's going slowly here on the track. Tyreek seems to be going back up to race pace actually. Zafiro locking it up into turn 6 here. Sorry, turn 5. But he's sitting pretty in 4th position. Look at how this turned out. Marlon Young and Martin Webster are going to tag team, it seems, to try and catch back a fast John Green, who is unfortunately all the way down the front straight already. Martin Webster, Marlon Wilson now crossing the line into turn 1. I don't think we're going to see a move from Marlon as against Martin, because the two of them are coming. They're actually racing in the same room at the moment, in the same building at the moment. I'm not sure if it's in the same room, but they're partners in this, it seems. So we've got a Zafira Ramirez behind him. That's not so far again behind him. Tyreek Wilson and Rahul Nasir are the ones fighting it out right now. We've also got Stephen Nabriga coming up behind them, who's got a Daniel Williams also behind him. Catching him up is Rahul Nasir. Let's take it now into car here. Rahul Nasir, we're approaching the crunch time mark, which is 5 seconds. We're now heading into 6.5 minutes. Sorry. But Rahul seems very patient behind the Tyreek Wilson as he tries the inside line here. Can he make this car stick? Yes, he does. As we know, Tyreek Wilson has been having issues with this car and making it stick through mid-turn of this field. Rahul Nasir reclaims a position up from where he was to enter into 5th position. As we watch now, Tyreek Wilson bring it back towards him though. He's very close, Tyreek. Can he manage to keep it together and make another move here on Rahul? Looking at the time sheets, who do we have that is also competing down the line as John Green goes and puts a faster lap of 54.889 in this race as against Martin Webster and Marlon Young, who's sitting second and third. Can they respond? We're right now with Tyreek Wilson, who's got Steven Naberga and Daniel Williams breathing down his neck, ladies and gentlemen, as he's losing pace once again coming out. You can see that car struggling for grip. He's got Steven Naberga behind him. We're going to slip over now to Steven Naberga. Where is Steven? Is he going to make a move on the inside? No, he does not. Playing the patience card quite nicely, Steven Naberga. But there you see why Tyreek is having issues. Steven Naberga backing up there out of that fight. He knows not to push the issue. Although there's 4 minutes on the track, he knows this is pure experience you're looking at here. He knows Tyreek is having issues. Why push it? Why jeopardize your race? You don't have any reason to do that. As you see, Tyreek Wilson does hang wide again. Steven Naberga has this position, and he's got a Daniel Williams. Oh, almost coming together there with Tyreek, as Tyreek is trying to slow it down from the rest of the pack. If he can make this here stick, Steven Naberga, he can close it right up. No, he does not. Instead, he's got to defend from Daniel Williams too. Steven Naberga is being sandwiched right now, ladies and gentlemen. Where is he on the brakes? Ooh, he almost, Daniel Williams almost ran into the back of him. Paul Ram and Azad Hassan having a fight of their own, as you can see. Tyreek Wilson now having, gonna be bumped a little bit from Steven Naberga because he was slow to exit that turn. Steven Naberga is right on his tail, using the slipstream now, coming down the back straight. Does he have enough to bring it alongside that car? No, he does not. They enter 5, 6. Steven Naberga is so patient, I can tell you that. I'm being able to hang on those brakes and just love tap Tyreek and not push him all the way out. Tyreek trying different lines now to try and keep this car on track. But he's still suffering. Unfortunately, he's still suffering. Oh, shucks, bro. This is going to be a tight finish here. He makes a mistake. Oh, no, they come together. Steven Naberga makes a mistake, leaves the door open for Daniel Williams, as Daniel Williams is trying to give him the better of the position, not to cause any further issues. And it does remain the same, as Daniel Williams was passive aggressive on that, and what we want to encourage here.
Yeah, may want to disrupt your fight there.
So John Green might be catching up to the front markers, and he's saying that he doesn't want to disrupt the fight. But if he can get back to this fight down here as well. Where are they though? Paul G and Ram. Oh, Paul has been able to manage to put a lead on him. Raymond Ciprian out here in Lonesomeville. But these three are the guys that we're looking at right now. Daniel Williams, Steven Naberga, and Tyreek Wilson. This is a very tight battle going on. As you know, it's John Green leading the pack. Martin Webster in second position. He's got a Marlon Young behind him. But Marlon Young and Martin Webster are on the same team. Will they be starting a fight with each other? I don't know. We're going to have to look at the time sheets and keep up with them. But it's very tight here for me to handle at the moment. Safir is sitting pretty in fourth position though. Beautiful run so far by him. That consistency is going to pay off, as Raul Nasir seems to be breaking away from the pack that we're looking at currently, which involves Tyreek Wilson, who is going to have a Steven Naberga and is inside right now, switching positions. If we can ride along with Daniel Williams and look at it go along, they come together on the penultimate corner. They come together, but Tyreek Wilson having the shorter end of that stick. Steven Naberga going ahead with that win, but now he's got a Daniel Williams on his inside. Daniel, is he going to make it stick? Let's go on the outside. Steven Naberga's fighting back. He's not going to give up on this position that easily. He does the same thing to Daniel Williams. It's all about rubbing right now and slowing down enough. Parking that car in the middle of the apex is not what we want to see right now, as Daniel Williams now has Tyreek Wilson to worry about, and Steven Naberga able to get away. But oh no, Steven Naberga runs it wide. And he loses both positions that he just earned. Oh man, he does it again as he's forced out of the apex by Tyreek Wilson, who's been having a lot of trouble here. And these guys are going to make me look for a voice after this one. But out of that battle, it finally boils down, ladies and gentlemen. Daniel Williams is the victor of it all. And is going to work now, or has to work now, on increasing this lead to get away from this pack. It's crazy here in all 40 events. There's 3 seconds left on the clock. These guys do have at least one more lap to go. Leader is on the final lap. We're looking at Marlon Young and Martin Webster as well. John Green crosses the line, ladies and gentlemen. Where is Martin Webster? He crosses the line. Marlon Young crosses the line, 3rd position. Zafiro comes away with a beautiful 4th position in Lonesomeville. Rahul Nasir takes in 5th position after losing out so much. Williams cutting the track there might have a penalty. Yes, I do see him slowing down. Tyreek Wilson therefore does have an opportunity to come back. No, he does not. He's not that close. As we're going to see Daniel Williams take 6th. Tyreek Wilson 7th, Steven Nabrika 8th, Raymond Seabrand managed to claw his way up the field by some form of circumstance. Paul Jurenram as well coming in 10th position. Azad Hassan. Unfortunately, we've lost Luis Kumar and Oswin Williams to this bout. Oswin qualifying in 2nd position and unfortunately losing it.
Alright guys, so just head back to the pits because the second the reverse grid is gonna start soon. So what I'll do, let me share with you guys my setup. Just go to where the chat is in this here. Let me see if I can share this.
Okay. Let me bring the drone out now.
Alright, so if you go to the chat,
wow,
you'll see
what a beautiful first race here.
Click on it, save it, and then go to setup and load it. See if that helps you.
But that was crazy. That was a crazy race to follow. That was a crazy race to commentate on. But well done by the new guys here coming out, which is Martin Webster and Marlon Young. Zafiro also managed to hold that car and keep it consistent to gain 4th position, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry?
We're also looking at Rahul Nasir, who was involved in a lot of collisions at the start of this race. To put that car on 5th position, claw his way back, put that car on 5th position. Let's just tune in to what the guys are saying here now.
If that is my fault, I can accept it because I'm the newbie here.
No, you took me out in turn 1 soon as the race started. Oh,
turn 1. So, I don't get somebody bump on into turn. And I probably forced them out to the outside because I had no way to go. So,
gonna be interesting from the top.
As you can see, the grid is full here.
12 minutes to race 2. Oh shit, 12 minutes to race 2. I got people back what they need, buddy. 12 minutes to race 2.
It's the same 15 minutes. Yeah, it's about to start.
The race 2 now?
Yes.
Yeah, we're at the back.
Is now.
Remember though.
We're about to start
shit.
here.
Alright, I got it. Yeah, time to go. Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of apologies. It's going to be passing at the end of this race, ladies and gentlemen. It's just been a crazy bout out in here.
You got roughly about 2 to 3 minutes, buddy. Still have to go and
yeah, well, let's move back, buddy. You can't go there, buddy. You got 2 minutes. Shit. These skills, cheers, is good.
So what we'll have now, ladies and gentlemen, if I can just speak over our competitors for a moment, is a reverse
No foul
grid.
language, right? We're like, remember that,
You
guys.
rode in front of John, but you didn't.
I saw some spots of rain, but
Lots of banter here in the chat right now. You can see the list of guys on the right hand, top right hand side.
Between, Rahul
Whoever is
and,
speaking obviously highlights.
basically allowed me to get away. So yeah, I don't know how I'm doing.
Yeah, I've been talking to I tell you, I got about second and third that's been out, and I'm thankful for it. I mean, I sure Marlon is thankful as well, but yeah, some 2 and 3, I don't know.
I have no idea what happened at the back, so I guess the guys will talk about that.
You went too far in front.
Oh,
Well, now you can get to see everything, don't worry.
we got discussion.
Now you can get to see everything.
All right.
Alright, we're ready to go racing again here, guys.
Oh my God, I'm at the back.
What's guy started on front?
Yata got picture with me now, hide up front.
Hey, in front. Take a picture there, Stefan.
Yeah, question for one, please.
Take a picture.
Was it?
Let's try and get a good position here for the race.
For your own reasons.
I want to make sure that I'm teleporting back to the pits once again, but I do follow them. Raymond, we can hardly hear Raymond as well.
Why is fighting is front by? Everybody gonna want to hit the people.
Got 20 seconds to go.
Turn the crash on Born.
Yeah, let's
Here
push
this
this.
engine
Waiting here.
is on.
50 minutes.
Let me take the turn.
15 seconds to go
Good luck, guys.
on the
Guys,
clock.
Good luck, good luck.
Good luck.
Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights on the go. And we are off racing here. Azad Hassan with the whole shot. Paul G1 Ram. And then we have Raymond. Oh, already on the line. We've got issues. But I want to see turn 1. What's going to happen at turn 1? A clean start, but no. Azad Hassan goes all the way over. We're going to have to get something worked out. But I want to see here as quick as possible as we got some more guys coming together along the way. With the drone shot right now we're using.
Sorry, Rahul.
But everyone seems to get through turn 3. Okay, so far right now. But then I want to get back up to who's in last position. That's Rahul Nasir. Stephen Nabergo with the whole shot, ladies and gentlemen. Stephen Nabergo with the whole shot on the first lap of this race. Tyreek Wilson following. We've got Azad Hassan in third position. Stephen Nabergo looks like he's going to hold on. Tyreek Wilson is trying, but remember we already have problems with Tyreek Wilson. Azad Hassan coming under pressure from Daniel Williams. Not enough, but then we have Marlon Young and a Raymond Seabaran. Going back, we've got Louis Kumar fighting it out with Martin Webster as Martin Crumps up on the inside. Beautiful move by Martin Webster on the inside of Louis Kumar. He's going to make that stick, but at the same time, John Green gets pushed out. Oswin Wilson up on the inside now, taking that over from John Green, ladies and gentlemen. John Green has been relegated to 9th position. We've got a change of position up ahead. Raymond Seabaran taking 5th position away from Daniel Williams. We're going to stick with Daniel here, see if he can bring it back. But it's closer than anything right now. Raymond Seabaran running that car as wide as possible to gain some speed away from Daniel Williams, as we're right now with Daniel Williams. We've got to change of position down the line as Oswin Wilson once again is off the track. Where is John Green? He's got Louis Kumar on the outside of him. He's on the inside, John. But he does manage to make that stick as there's more changes down the line. Louis Kumar parking that car and having an issue there with Rahul Nasir once again. Up the line, we've got Daniel Williams running on Azad Hassan. He's making that move stick as Azad Hassan is actually bringing it to Daniel Williams. Kumar has exited the server after losing out in that fight there. And if we can get back to the top, it's Marlon Young, Stephen Naberga, sorry, in first position. Marlon Young putting in a faster time. Someone's outbreaking theirself. It's Marlon Young, and now he's got Tyreek Wilson outbreaking himself. Tyreek Wilson on the inside, bumping him. He got 3 into this turn. What's going on? We've got Tyreek and Oswin also fighting at the back here. Oswin and Zafiro fighting at the back here as well. Zafiro coming over to defend his line. Will he move again? No, he plants that car on the apex. But now we've got Martin Webster and Hazad Hassan. You can see losing a lot of positions, unfortunately, to now John Green, Daniel Williams, and Marlon all at the same time. If we take it back up, we've got Stephen Naberga leading this race, leading this race here, with Marlon Young again running wide. Tyreek Wilson also taking that time. Whoa, you're gonna have to watch this now. Marlon Young trying to close that door on Raymond Seabrand, but it's too late as Raymond Seabrand makes his way into third position. Got Martin and Marlon now fighting it out. Down the lane is Paul Jiwanram and Rahul Nasir taking the shorter end of the stick for the second race. Marlon Young has got a Martin Webster on him. I don't think Martin's going to give him this like how he was easy with him on the last race. No, Martin is trying to put that car on the inside of Marlon Young's car. And as they enter the penultimate corner, he's on the inside. He seems as though he's got enough of a drive. Does he make this stick?
There's a lot of top there, a lot of top.
We're riding here now with Marlon Young, but we want to get to Martin Webster, who's also got a Daniel Williams behind him, who's making a move on the inside, taps on him, and the two of them come together, both of them out of this race at the moment. Azad Hassan reclaiming those positions. John Green moving up to 5th position, starting last in this race. Azad Hassan also benefiting from that coming together between Martin Webster and Daniel Williams. Such a tight track, such close cars. Hard race to follow, ladies and gentlemen. Daniel Williams here suffering a lot. Zafiro too suffering as he's in 9th position after hitting. He's losing the back end now, Zafiro, but he's drifting the car through. What? Okay, no, that's internet issues. Marlon Young and John Green is fighting it out. Marlon Young is on the inside of John Green. Can he make that stick? As we're riding with Marlon Young at the moment, this back end, John Green is coming back on the outside. But Marlon Young does well to defend his position. John Green is not that easy for John Green. He's going to have to fight for these positions if he wants them. Meanwhile, Stephen Naberga is running away with this race, putting a 4-second lead on the rest of the pack. Behind him is Tyreek Wilson. Might have been able to get this car finally onto him, but he does have a Raymond Seabrand fighting for it behind him. As we can get inside of Raymond Seabrand here, they're fighting for 3rd position. This battle right now. Raymond Seabrand does have a Marlon Young, who does have a John Green on the inside of him. Can John Green make this move stick, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to ride with him now. He's sitting in behind Marlon Young. Why do I want to say Webster? On the inside goes Raymond Seabrand. He does not make that stick. I think he locked up on the brake and he's going to lose positions here now. John Green is trying on behind. Where am I? With Martin. Okay, no, I meant to go to Marlon Young. I want to see from the in-car view of Marlon Young as John Green fights Raymond for that 3rd position. We've also got Marlon Young. Don't discount Marlon Young just yet. He's at full price here and still in contention for 3rd position. I need to sip something because my throat is very dry. But this is where we're at right now. The battle for the podium position is with Raymond Seabrand. John Green, as John Green making moves on the outside, which is now the inside, but does not make that stick. Meanwhile, Raymond Seabrand is losing time to Tyreek Wilson as he's having to defend these positions. John Green pulls up behind him. Sorry, alongside him. As Marlon Young now moves in. I wish I had my full voice for this, fellas, but it's not working out. Marlon Young with another move on the inside. That's sort of like a dive bomb, though. But he gives back the position to John Green. Meanwhile, Martin Webster is going to catch up these guys, and it's going to be a four-way battle as it becomes crunch time here. 6 minutes, 15 seconds to go. We've got another change of position down the line. It's Azad Hassan taking the car off the track as Oswin Wilson claims 8th position over him. Stephen Nobrick is extending his lead, ladies and gentlemen, from a Tyreek Wilson in 2nd position. Raymond Seabrand, who's coming under pressure now from John Green. John Green taking that car off track. I want to get to the back of this pack right now, but it's coming up to crunch time, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone's going to be pushing with their eyes on the clock. We can see Marlon Young behind a John Green, who's now up alongside Raymond Seabrand for 3rd position, but he doesn't have enough drive just yet. John Green slipping in behind Raymond Seabrand, but he's got a Marlon Young on the inside.
Hold it, John, hold it.
Who has forced his way through into 3rd position, ladies and gentlemen.
What?
This is craziness. Now John Green is getting attacked by Martin Webster. John Green getting the shorter end of that stick. Marlon Young taking it for 2nd position as against Tyreek Wilson. He manages to hold that car and makes his way through that turn right there, which is the 6th turn.
That was me. That was
These turns don't have names, so I can't do like what I did with you guys last week. Marlon Young earning that 2nd position, ladies and gentlemen. Raymond Seabrand, Azad Hassan. Raymond Seabrand is struggling now. How did he get back all the way to 8th position, Raymond Seabrand? We missed that. But now we've got Azad Hassan, John Green, and Paul Jewenram having a fight here at the back. John Green, alongside Azad Hassan, has managed to take 8th position. But I want to get back up to Martin Webster here, who's taking the fight to Tyreek Wilson. We've got another set coming to get a John Green disenfranchised from that and getting left out in 11th position, unfortunately back where he started, almost, that is. We've had a change of position in podium position. Tyreek Wilson has lost 3rd position to Martin Webster, as Martin Webster is now fighting. These two are going to get 2nd and 3rd again. Meanwhile, Stephen Nobrick is running away with this with 5 seconds on the clock. Over 2nd and 3rd position. He's gone. There's no catching him.
Oh, darn. I'm getting lost. Very interesting.
And yes, very interesting. John Green is getting last as Marlon Young takes that car out a little bit too much there on the 1st turn, losing time to Martin Webster. Meanwhile, we've got a Tyreek Williams sitting in 4th position, who's got Daniel Williams breathing down his neck. We've also got a change of positions down the line as Zafiro. Azad and Paul Jewenram are fighting. Paul just pushing it, slapping it a little bit too much there. Zafiro also claiming that position as well. Zafiro now looking to fight as he on the inside. Doesn't make it stick though, as against Azad Hassan. These guys, Paul Jewenram goes back in the position that he just lost by being bumped out. This is crazy. So crazy. Where are we now with the rest of the guys in the pack? Rahul Nasir is out of this race. John Green is getting last position on accounting for Rahul Nasir. Zafiro Ramirez is in 10th position. We're going to crawl our way back up here. Azad Hassan is being attacked by Zafiro and is also trying to get up back down to Paul Jr. Ram to attack him. Meanwhile, John Green is still close to them though. Raymond Seabaran is all the way away from a 6th position.
He logged.
Zafiro unfortunately lagged, and John Green
Yeah, he went straight, but then next thing you know, he's
getting a contact
he's in
with
front of
him.
me. That's kind of weird. Anyway,
That's the lag we were talking about. But this reverse grid working for a lot of guys, as we can see another fight going on up there. Martin Webster's taking it to Marlon Young for the 2nd position. Martin Webster on the inside, but he does not make it stick. Gets that card all up to shape. Now Daniel Williams and Oswin Wilson will take that position away from him. And he's also got a Tyreek Wilson to worry about coming up behind him. Oswin Wilson is now fighting for 3rd position. How things work in racing, indeed. We're going to stick here with Oswin Wilson for a little bit, but I'm going to look at the timings just a bit to see who else is closer. We do have Azad Hassan and Zafira Ramirez pretty close as Ramirez goes ahead of Azad coming down the back straight. Zafiro managing to hold on to that though. So Zafiro takes it and is now in 10th position. Marlon Young has managed to hold on to that 2nd position, but Daniel Williams managing to put that car outside, giving way to Oswin Wilson for the 3rd position, the 3rd and last position of the podium, ladies and gentlemen. Seems as though Daniel is having some troubles of his own, and now Martin Webster is coming. A guy by the name of Martin Webster is coming behind him. John Green though goes fastest with the 55.4.
yeah.
But Daniel Williams getting attacked here by Martin Webster.
Let me show me the car now.
We're gonna look at Martin Webster and head on in the car with him.
You better give me a position there.
Ooh! Oh, the race is over. What?
Why is that guy?
The race is over.
Yeah, bad.
But
I realize it's staying in the back of my tongue, so.
if we could just listen to what these guys have to say. There's still another fight going on between Zafiro, between John Green and Azad Hassan. Azad managing to hold off John Green, ladies and gentlemen.
Who the hell? Everybody.
This has just turned into a magnanimous wreckfest. But in all good name, as this is still in the testing phases, ladies and gentlemen.
I get block flag or something.
We're gonna be listening now to the guys.
I tackle the race. Who's the?
Hey, you move on to first thing one. No, I'm cool.
I have to confirm a fuel.
Really?
Yeah, to the last 3 laps. The thing tell me I get like 2 minutes remaining with like 2 minutes 50 seconds to go.
Wow.
You have the short shift to get through that.
Yeah, I see the guy was somebody behind me was catching in the last 3/4. I was behind you, yeah. Yeah. On your butt.
So officially, who got 2nd? And 3rd. I'm not seeing it properly here.
I averaged the fuel direct one.
That was awesome, guys. I enjoyed that. Oof.
Yeah, this was a nice race. I still finished in the middle, so that's good enough.
I made the start of the race. I don't know who by. It was flying.
Who was the Corsair race that crashed into everybody?
Lewis. Lewis was all over the place, boy.
Was it Lewis that hit everybody in the first turn? In the 2nd race?
I got taken out, and then I also...
Lewis not here anymore?
No.
He left.
That was a messy race, fellas.
Yeah, that is serious too. A lot of dive bombing.
But
A lot of dive bombing.
but the fun factor was overloaded. I can tell you that. If I was watching this race, I would be laughing at what was going on.
I think people recovered though. Like, even when I ran off the road and got pointed, I still recovered really well because the track is short. So,
Fellas, a lot of people crash into people in the race.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
It's a
I think
shame.
because it was a lot of teleporting.
That the same stuff that we discussed, everyone end up doing it on track.
Well, that's
I
true
see
because
people-
the racing.
Yeah,
in
so
top
in the
racing-
forest race, and the forest race was terrible.
The first race, I know I braced somebody in the turn 2 and 3. And it wasn't deliberate because both of us was saying, I don't know who it was. But
Yeah, it was me.
Race 2, there was a lot of bumping and grinding and T-boning. So,
Yeah,
but
especially in the forest corner.
yeah, turn 1 had a lot of T-boning.
I say, you know, I was gonna go down hard, but I say, you know what? Just allow like 5 guys to go through, and then you're gonna go through.
It still wasn't a barrier. I don't know what happened behind, so I don't know how people race go. But when I was down at the back, intent on coming forward, at least the racing was it because people made a lot of mistakes, and even I made a mistake going for second on Marlon. I made my own mistake, so I think that was the fun part of the track, not making mistakes. So yeah, but I can tell you that same thing that we were talking about, even the last corner, going up that last corner, you trying to go up the inside and draft, you're gonna get door slamming happening, and you don't want to, but it's just the nature of it when you go on power.
Yeah, personally, I enjoyed it.
Forest race, I was behind 2 persons or 1 person, and I stayed behind for like 3 laps. Because
Yes, Steve, that was me. Who? Yeah, that was me.
But what happened when I passed you? Somebody bigoted me from the back.
Yeah, because I get hit there, so I want to know how you hit me on a straight line.
Somebody
Is Nabi won the second
I
race?
just want to know what happened when the race started.
Say again, Zafiro?
I want to know what happened when the race started. So on the starting line.
We need video evidence.
Yeah, so definitely we're gonna be heading back to the
I need to see the forest corner and the
to the
forest race.
replay footage of this mess,
Everybody run into everybody.
this calamity
No,
of
I
a
know.
race.
Hey, Steph,
Nobody.
I'm not talking about the first corner, you know.
And
What
the
you
thing
talking
is,
about,
right,
Zafiro?
Everything that we talk about, it was
Starting line.
nobody
Before I
didn't
start,
follow the
somebody
rules.
just beat me up.
Oh yes, there was also an incident on the starting line of the race. That was
Guys, you
crazy
can hear
too. Yeah, Marlon, we
Yeah,
can,
you
we
know,
can
you
hear
know
you.
I must apologize. I ain't like my driving in the second race. Especially the move where I took like 3 cars one time. I mean, it was spectacular, but I bumped that guy out by the apex. I had to use him as a stop. So I apologize for that.
Oh, but you gave him back the position?
I didn't.
No, no. That is exactly what we were speaking about. Come on, man. Come on.
No problem. No problem.
Position till you try squeezing yourself in one of the turns.
Yeah, and I touched somebody on the rear end. Well,
I was one of the person that you squeeze in the turn, and in the second race I kind of drive like a maniac in the second race, because in the first race I kind of gave way to no, it's not really funny because it was something that we discussed. It was something that I did in the last race, right? And I've been watching racing, right, for a whole long time now, and all we've been watching is sport for long. And this is something that you can't talk about before going into the race, because when you go in, you know exactly where it's gonna happen, right? And the driving was like from everybody was like real off, was like real amateur.
The second race, yes.
Second race.
No, I'm
was
in
bad.
here. Let me talk about second there. So your driving was terrible on track. I was trying to pass you, and you were driving.
That's for the second race.
Yeah, you were
race,
driving
right?
really bad.
Because I was pissed.
Yeah, but also you gotta remember, right? You gotta remember this. Everybody had fun on track, I guess, except you. Your driving was unacceptable today, buddy. I was
No,
really annoyed
Raymond
on
in the forest race, right?
what you did, buddy.
Raymond
No, let
racing, right? Me and Rahul was racing, and Raymond come straight into my back
Oh,
and
alright,
send me
but
and
You know,
Rahul,
I
and that
got
was
bumped
it.
in the back in the first race.
that
I didn't
second
make
race?
no noise about it because racing. But here my point is, as I said, I apologize, especially the move where I tried to squeeze. I got the anxiety took me over there and I stepped on the pedal and I touch you. Honestly, cause you know in the heat of the moment.
At least I'm glad, you know how I feel in the previous race.
Alright,
People were
You
saying,
see,
oh,
I know
hear me out,
exactly.
hear me out,
I
please,
know
just hear me out.
exactly
Hear
that
me out.
that was what this
And
is
another
about.
thing, this is my first race, right? And it's only Martin and I and another guy. It's just three of us on track. So this is a new experience for me because when we play with the AI, we beat the AI real bad. So it's just two of us. So now I have to get a custom racing with us, with guys
That
who
are
you
close
know,
to you.
in-
That are close to you.
close to
But,
me.
Marlon,
So
listen,
I have to
this-
work on my racecraft.
this track.
I will work
right?
on it.
No. I think Lewis mess up. I mess up. Everybody who mess up on the braking, that was expected. I'm not saying that you at fault, anybody at fault. I expected lots of brake issue, and for me, I saw lots of that happen on the track. I was expecting people behind me because when I brake at a brake marker, I know it's very difficult to brake beyond that. So when I see somebody try to
Yeah,
do that,
yeah.
I move out of the way, and you
I
have
think
to
it's-
expect that.
Yeah, I think I gotta hand out a big shout out and a thanks to John for helping me with the brakes. I didn't have any lockup issues or snap overs there, so hats off to John. Thank you very much and
Oh, so
appreciate
the
that.
setup was better.
Yeah, I didn't throw it away in turn 2 and 3, even in the heat of battle. I only threw it away in turn 1, trying to pass Marlo for second, and of course keep forgetting that I should have put more brake bias forward and get the car stopped. But
Yeah,
that was,
happened. That happened to
Yeah.
me with Raymond Siberan. I had too much brake bias to the rear, and I snapped it, and that's when I hit it. But one of the things, though, guys, I prefer this race the way it was, like all of the commotion. For me, it was
Yeah,
a
it was
really
fun.
good race.
It was fun.
I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. You know, when I was in
I
front, I was
enjoyed it
bored.
thoroughly.
You know, but from the back,
yeah, when you were in front like a mobile.
You had to put the in, boy. That's John Greenfield.
Yeah.
No.
So I feel happy that I passed John Green on the road, right? But then I go and throw it away because I had a good second. I had at least a third, and I was telling Marlon that I wasn't going to attack him. But then I think it was Nabrigo was Nabrigo 1 second race. Was Nabi one? I think it's Nabrigo 1 second race. Whoever was in front was close, and I said, Marlon, you gotta go after this guy.
I honestly felt I could have beaten Nabriga, but I ran right into a corner and I lost 2 places, and from then I got a bit, erratic in my driving. But other than that, I thought it would have been a close battle with Nabriga and I, because every time crew chief told me the time, I was like, okay, I'm a 210, say 3 tenths faster than him here. I can close him down, but it didn't happen. But next time, man. But it was
guys
fun
were
for me. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was fun. One thing though, Alston. I haven't heard from
Oswin,
you.
Oswin.
Oswin, sorry, what do you guys on?
Oswin lose out, man. Oswin lose out.
I gotta watch it.
I win big time in the
Yeah,
second race.
the first race, what happened in the first race? That they crashed or they teleport? What happened in the first race?
The first race,
But that
somebody
was
didn't leave
sport.
no space for me.
John was-
I
John
was
was-
side by side and we were on the grass. I was on the
into
grass
next
and then it all went south from there.
Oh, because I again, I'm thankful for it. I appreciate it. It made me feel, good. My girlfriend wanted me to win. I probably, she's up there, she's feeling nice. So, yeah, I'm thankful for the gift.
She said she don't like the guy. She wanted you to win. She don't like the winners.
And then I go and become a 0 in the second race, trying to go after the guy, getting too greedy. But I want to thank everybody for this. I appreciate it. The police ain't come and bother me. I had a car pulling up the whole 9 yards, and we sat there, and I think him on her face gonna need pressing out because we smiling so brightly.
We've been looking forward to something like this for years. It's been since like 2012 we've been together and we've been racing each other. We have another guy, but I kind of like when you drive him a bit bad or harsh or so, he gets crazy and he don't come back for months. Till when you hear him
We know somebody like that.
But he's pretty good. But he got ego issues.
He was here watching on though. He watched
Oh,
on for a
awesome.
moment.
You know,
he watched on for a
I'm
moment.
gonna miss this truck though, boys. I'm gonna miss this truck. Oh.
Yeah, I think after it being such a sucky drive, I mean, just to get it right, I was totally surprised by the way that I drove lap after lap without just the one mistake in the second race. I really surprised myself. So again, thanks guys. I mean, I'm
a million thanks.
I didn't know when this grinning would stop. But this grinning
it was real fun.
Yeah, this grinning we got going on here, that's ridiculous. I mean, come on.
What happened there, Tyreek? That was on to you?
Nah, that was completely my fault. I was defending him, and I thought I just got past him.
Oh,
and so I tried to turn into defense.
You got to turn up and hear what Tyreek say.
You got to stream with Tyreek. Got there.
Shucks.
Here's a question, guys. How you turn on the driver names? I mean, you could be
Control
able to
L.
see the driver.
Control
L.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, in our factors, press tab, and it would have been nice to know who's in front of you, rather than waiting for crew chief.
This is an incident between Rahul and Aldwin.
Oh, that was behind me.
It's on the stream.
Yeah.
Aldwin.
Rahul, you gotta use your the little up to show you where the car is.
I thought I cleared him. I was really. I just. Did he turn into me or did I turn into him?
No, it was to me, John, because I was in car while this was happening. It's more like a drift. You know, sometimes you just drift over on a line.
Yeah, to the right on the braking.
It's
but
he wasn't.
I honestly don't know.
He wasn't really braking. He was just
This is the incident when nearly crash head on into this guy. I think so.
Yeah.
Driving spin out and face opposite direction.
Continue playing and see something.
Oh, well, the car in front moves. Right there, he start moving. On the car, the other car moving towards him.
That's correct. Because on my screen, I was in the cross and I'm trying to get.
There was an intentional move from both drivers there, boy.
Well, it was a racing incident. No, it wasn't.
No,
I don't think it's anything deliberate.
No, that wasn't deliberate.
I thought it was deliberate, so I already said my apologies. I thought that was my fault.
To be honest, in the second race in the first lap, boy, we get some hit out of this world, boy. I don't know how I stay on track. I just get lucky, honestly.
I ended up on
cars were
roof.
everywhere.
It was my roof.
I'm driving and all of a sudden.
Pull it up right there. Pull it back just where the guy was when he spin around and facing the opposite direction. Pull it up back. Oh, pull it back. When he facing the opposite direction.
We're looking at replays at the moment.
This is not a lap. You gotta go back.
So as I'm showing the timings for the two races on screen.
Yeah, there, right there, back. Oh no. Wrong. Go up when you're facing in the opposite direction. Oh, what happened? Yeah,
Right
there I was coming there. I was going to try to outbrake Martin to the corner, and then I just saw this car in front of me. I had to just, oh shucks. I missed it like whoa.
Nah, but you guys keep your nerves, boy. That was a good set of racing there.
That was close, boy.
Well, I'd just like to say, well, John, how do we even label these guys? Because it's not like they're first timers, right? They've been sitting behind rigs for the past how much years now, but first time here, come race with us. I'd like to say you guys did a really good job. You know, we did have our instances, but this is the reason why I started their competitors meeting the way I did. right? Because I knew this was going to happen. John and I actually laughed this. Me and John said, I'm gonna laugh this situation. We said, why? This gonna be craziness, and we laugh because we knew it was going to happen. That's why I started the drivers meeting. Right, exactly.
Grow from advice and taking advice.
But you, I was giving, I gave you, yes, I gave you the theory, but then you were taught the practical soon after.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So in terms of that, we can see where we are going when moving ahead.
That's it. Run.
Let me just let the guys know if anybody else wanna race. I got 4 systems. All right, I gotta upgrade one more of the system. All 4 of them have Logitech G27. So if anybody wants to use a system, I'm waiting on Amazon to send in new CPU and for the other system so that it could play a set of cards at 16 by 900. So that's what I'm trying because I got 24-inch screens on them. So,
oh, I see.
And I'm bringing in some chairs because Jesus Lord, the chairs kill me.
Yeah, my back's stiff. I can't raise up straight right now.
Me and Marlon, we normally race 6-lap races. That's what we do, 6-lap races. And you know, after 3 races, we stand up stretching and all this kind of thing. And I mean, yeah, I mean.
Imagine if a 45-minute race would have happened.
Just imagine the agony. But we surprised ourselves that we survived it. I don't think I could have been so consistent for those 50 minutes. And I surprised myself, honestly. Probably it was just the adrenaline. I don't know.
I'll upgrade it soon. I'll try to get it upgraded by mid next month and get the seats in. I want to really get the seats in.
There's no host spin out there.
Well, that's good to know, guys. That you guys are offering those wheels to someone that might be wanting to start racing. Don't even have a computer. Don't even have a control. As I was telling you guys throughout the stream, I'm talking to the so we still live, guys, right?
Yeah.
So I'm talking to the viewers now to let them know. So Martin and Martin is you have the shop, right? The game shop.
Yeah, I learned X-Play. The shop already. The business is called I Learn, but the game shop is called X-Play.
Okay,
So
and where is that located?
It's in Ben Street, Wortmanville, between Hardiner Street and Louisa Road. So if you guys wanna, anybody who can race and want a system to run, whether it's a factor, I set the car. So for this specifically, any guys wanna have, I mean, it'd be fun to have all 4 systems running and going. And we got 4 ping today. I was surprised that we were just getting 4 pings in the last.
Yeah, because the server is located here. That's why it's in Guyana. That's why.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So also, so then, viewers, if we have any viewers right now that you're interested in getting involved with the sim racing aspect of things, right? Go ahead, make contact with Martin or Marlon in Caribbean Sim Racers Facebook group, and take up that opportunity. All you have to do is probably go there from the Friday, get some practice done, and then the Saturday you go there and you race with us. If you can't afford a computer, you don't have a computer, or you don't have a rig, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna post a picture on the group so that people see what my setup looks like, what we race on, and I'm gonna be improving it. So
that's fantastic, Marlon. Martin, thanks a lot for that.
Yeah, man.
Right. So before I close the stream, anyone wants to add anything or say anything else that might be funny for the viewers? Zafiro, where's Steven? Steven left. You guys did awesome today. You see what happens when you put in the work. I mean, Zafiro, this is the first time you're playing Assetto Corsa, but have you played any other sim racing game before? I know you got a rig.
Yeah, I have one. I don't make it like a long time, I really make it just for this Assetto Corsa. When you guys start, I just, it's a lot of fun, so I just want to join it.
Oh, okay. So no other games before Assetto Corsa?
GT4 and PlayStation 4.
Okay, I see. But the computer is a new aspect to you.
Actually, yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, you
I
did.
didn't do a racing game before in computers.
Yeah. Well, you did pretty well for your first time out, and like I was telling the viewers, um, you came to Guyana, you got into motor racing, as in working in motor racing, and now you're racing in motor racing in Guyana in the form of karts, and now you're here with us in the sim racing world. I want to welcome you. I wish Steven has stuck around, but I think he's probably off to Bedland, right? But Steven as well. Steven did well as well, but I also wanted to get some questions out to Steven. But thanks a lot, Ma, for joining us, and you did pretty well. Congrats, right?
Yeah, thanks to you, made that. Thank you.
Yeah, buddy. Thanks for the streaming, Stefan. I appreciate that. I'm going to watch the replay now.
Yeah, no problem.
I think I can sleep tonight. I think I can sleep tonight. I go home smiling.
That's good to know. And I want to say thanks a lot to you guys too for joining. And we did.
I work on my racecraft.
Yeah, we did expect good things from you guys, knowing that you guys had these gems hidden away from the entire of Guyana for so long. You know, someone told me this thing about 5 years ago. They said, "Yo, they got some man, cause they knew I like motor racing. They got some man with some steering wheel in Worthmanville." I said, "What?" "Yeah, but they at a game shop." I said, "Nah, man, they gotta be false." Man said, "No, but I'm telling you, like five of these wheels, but I thought this guy was exaggerating."
Yeah, back in the day we had 6. It's actually I own 7 G27s, but for want of abuse, I have to keep repairing them. So I just down to 5 now. The 4 that's running on 1 spare, because the G27s now you can't find them. You gotta go on eBay and they're like over $1,000 for them.
We saw that the other day. Show those guys. I said, man, a G25 is 1,500 US or 2,000 US or something like that.
Yep. Even the repair the modules inside, they're pretty expensive to get the parts now. So, but I try to keep mine together unless the plan. Like I got 2 of them, the plastic inside destroyed. Because I mean, it's 2012 I bought them in 2012, so they took a lot of abuse. Playing Need for Speed on the Ground 2, which is still played in my yard.
Wow.
Yeah. Need for Speed on the Ground 2 and Need for Speed Most Wanted is still the best 2 racing games, bar none, other than Mario Kart. So,
that's true.
If anybody else,
I have to say that I've learned the first time I actually got into racing on a video game, it was a smidgen of GT on PlayStation 1, probably GT1 and all. And then soon after that, I had to get an Xbox, which is the big dinosaur looking one.
Yeah.
And
I got a lot of those.
The first game that I got for that was Need for Speed Underground 1, and then soon after 2. And those things actually created me so powerful on my control today. It's amazing what those games can do for you.
Well, if I input, I used to play that back then was for PlayStation 1. And they had Formula 1, and you had a system called Dreamcast.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I used to play since then. I used to be up all night playing till I end up in the hospital. But
what?
Resistance went low.
Oh, snap.
That's how much I love racing. That's how much I love racing.
Marlon Young showing his age.
Okay.
Yeah.
Marlon Young starting to show his age here right now. So.
But Martin, I want to ask you something. You said this old buck. How old is this buck you really talking about for saying that this is an old buck? I don't understand.
Well, in my sport, the sport that I play, I perform in professionally, I'm called a Masters 2.
So a Masters 2?
Yeah, that's people from 50 to 60 years old.
Holy crap!
So, yeah, I'm a Masters 2.
So you're officially the oldest guy here.
More than likely.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. The senior citizens have joined sim racing.
Trust me, I've been doing sim racing since Test Drive 6. Test Drive 6. Sim racing, Grand Prix Legends. I own Grand Prix Legends.
Wow.
GTR 1, 2. You know, I think I put a post out on Facebook. Yeah, they asked the people who played those games. I had all of those. I used to go to LAN parties when I lived in Canada.
Oh
I used
wow.
to build my rig and go there. Listen, in the 90s, I used to go LAN parties and stuff like that. Yeah, the
Amazing.
reason I got the game shop is because I used to play the official Formula One. For the guys who have PCs, if you ever know something called 3DFX, a video card called the 3DFX Voodoo 3000, that was the video card that you played the official Formula One game before Codemasters had it. Got it
Oh.
now, so I used to play that on my landing, and kids used to ask me, "What the hell am I making this noise about?" And then I showed them, and that's how I ended up with a game shop.
Interesting, interesting. Alright, great news here coming out from the guys. If we can step away from them now. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot for coming out tonight and race. Everyone. Hope you join us in the next bout, which is Saturday coming. John Green and I got to get working on a next difficult car and track for you guys to learn on. So that's going to be going on behind the scenes. But thanks a lot, guys, for joining us today.
Yeah, man.
And,
All right.
Thank you very much.
Cool.
See you guys in the next
one. Take care, man. Enjoy. Be safe.
Right. So now let me close off the stream, guys. Thanks a lot for joining in. I think I saw we peaked around 25 viewers today. I'm not too sure if that climbed higher than that. But so a lot of you might be scratching your head. You know, why is it you guys chose such a difficult track and car? Well, it's simple. We're trying to build these guys up. We're trying to make them learn different aspects in the sim racing world. Now, racing in the Caribbean in general, we only know about, and those who can afford it can go outside, but those of us who can't only know about short base tracks and that are speed with fast turn, with probably tight turns, I would say, with considering South Dakota, right? But majority of it is just about pace, right? Pace. And we want to take them away. Well, I can't say the same for Dover Raceway. Dover Raceway is a beautiful track. It's one of my favorites in the Caribbean that is in Jamaica. And you know, we're trying to get Dover Raceway in this game. As a matter of fact, we're going to be working towards not only Dover Raceway as well, we're going to be working towards Jam West Speedway, and we're definitely going to be working towards Trinidad's I don't know if it's the Franklin Boudram Raceway still, or the Wallerfield Raceway. I'm not sure. I think they had a dispute over that name. Anyway, so I don't want to step on toes by calling the wrong name, but the track in Trinidad, we're trying to get those tracks in here, as well as the Crabs track I told you guys about earlier from St. Lucia, or Grenada it is. And I want to get that track in here. We want to get that track in here as well. So in the meantime, though, we want these guys to learn driving etiquette. And so, as you saw, it was chaos in this race here, right? Like I said, John and I expected this to happen, but we want these guys to learn the basics of motor racing when it comes to being a gentleman motor racer, right? There's an aspect to gentleman motor racing where it becomes so fun that you're fighting with someone and you don't realize if you're going slow or if you're going fast anymore. It's just a matter of dicing. We call it dicing. When someone takes the lead from you, you take back the lead from them, and you know, all sorts of mind games come into play. You're using your brain so much in trying to keep this guy behind you, right? Or using your brain so much in getting past this guy, right? That's the foundation that we're trying to set here for these guys going forward, because eventually we're going to have people joining us from around the Caribbean, you know, other motor racers, and even have special invitees from outside of the Caribbean who we want to, for the lack of a better word, feel comfortable racing with us, right? Feel that we're a responsible lot, and that we can be deemed as gentlemen racers. And so that is what not only John and I, but all of those involved in the aspect of Caribbean sim racers. And where do we go from here? Well, where do we go from here is into a championship, is into a league series, right? Where John and I want to give back to these guys who will come on board and support us. And that is by way of giving them, you know, prizes at the end of these championships. And, you know, Caribbean motor racing, it's not about that at the moment. I thought it would have been like that from when I entered it in 2011, but it didn't turn out so. There's a lot of politics involved, like, you know, the nitty-gritty politics, and just, you don't want to get involved in it, so that's why I stepped away from that kind of motor racing. But this here, it's an outlet now even for those stuck at home with what's going on in the world today, and we want to give people an outlet. Those guys are walking away today happy that they've had an opportunity to race with like-minded individuals, you know, someone that might be right in Georgetown, for instance, with them, you know, and not some far away place. You know, we want to give these guys an opportunity because we know there are many more racing enthusiasts out there. And then you've got the up and coming motor racers that are going to be looked to hone in their craft. And there's no other place better to do that right now than in a sim racing situation, whether it be pro or our league that we're going to be bringing up, right? You can hone your skills by learning the way to race with these sims. It's a lot. It's something that's been going on a lot in the world, behind doors of teams, of big teams too, right? Some of the sim racing games that titles that they use, I can go out myself and buy right now, you know. So that's the aim that we're heading for, and we want to get with this league and our championship series that we're looking to start in the coming weeks. We're getting down close, as I say. We're getting to crunch time for that. And you know, I feel proud to see those guys today come out and dice like that. The new guys especially, some coming off of motor racing, some coming in from sim racing all these years. It was really nice to see that work out, and I'm very happy at how today turned out. Unfortunately, we did have some incidents that do need looking over, because we want these guys to understand that, you know, especially for a track like this and a car like this, once you don't get things right, you will mess up, and it's how you recover, right? That is essential in being a great motor racer, in being a good motor racer too, to the other fellow motor racer that's on the track. And which brings me to the point of honing your skills, honing your motor racing skills. So without further ado, I'll leave you here tonight, this evening, folks. If you've missed the stream, wait, let me just give me a sec. Let me head through the comment section real quick. Real quick, I just want to run through the comment section to see if there's any questions here. If anyone wants to know something. Yes, Paul Ram did struggle in this race, but this race to us, it was more of a learning experience than a competition, and I'm pretty sure a lot has been taught today. Right. As I'm just scrolling through the time here. Someone asked what happened at the start. Someone responded, chaos happened. Most definitely. Those starts were definitely not what we expected. Well, they were what we expected, but a little bit more, I'd say. So we've got a new guy in the comment section here, Irvin Gonzalez from Aruba. Welcome, Aruba. Welcome, Irvin. See, so that's what we're aiming for, is to bring the region together and united under the sim racing banner. As funny as it might sound, that's the aim, right? To have a beautiful experience racing these guys. You know, you don't know of the talents are that are present here, not only in Guyana but in the entire Caribbean. And you know, sometimes, not sometimes, but 99.9% of the times, those who really want to race can't get into racing because they don't have the funding, right? Sim racing is an outlet to that. And so we want to give those an opportunity who might not be able to afford to get into a real race car to come here and join us from all around the Caribbean. You guys can just come join our Facebook group. It's Caribbean Sim Racers. And you know, stay tuned to the group. Make sure you get notifications from the group. And stay tuned. We go racing again Saturday, folks. We're to determine a track and car. And we'll make that announcement on the Facebook group Caribbean Sim Racers on Monday night latest. I want to thank you guys again for following. If I can just go through our recent followers. Lance Garrett has followed. Thanks a lot, man. Compton Dalgetty. Thanks a lot. Gary Jackson, Andrew Passad. We've got a lot of persons liking the stream as well. But if you really like what's going on here, you can go ahead and follow us for more. Michael Harewood, thanks a lot for the follow. And then Lester Graves. Thanks a lot. I think we covered from here on. And anyone else down the line? Let me check right quick. Kelvin Daly. Sean Parsram. I think we've been here too. Jason Bradley Curtin, thanks a lot, man. Alicia Bifia, thanks a lot. Akeem Green, thanks a lot for following. Sachin Bazdio, thanks a lot. Marlon Young, one of the racers there. Anand Singh, Abdur Bakas, Roger Rodney, Daniel J. Iramas. I hope I'm not making that name more than it should be. Martin Webster, Preeta Mangar, Josh Chet, Basil Arno just followed, thanks a lot. Amran just followed. I'm not sure if that's a real account. Rondell Palmer, Roland, Antonia Holder, John Fernand Naubat. Okay, I can remember those from before, yeah. Thanks a lot, guys, for the follow. Stay tuned for more via our Facebook group. It's Caribbean Sim Racers. Alright. Mohammed Sai too has followed. Thanks a lot, Mohammed. Okay, so I'll take my leave now. It's coming down to that time. Crunch time. Hope you guys enjoyed the race. Thanks a lot.
Mic off.
you